Talk to me.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Do you have a question?
No, speak.
Oh.
So you've only been through Yerushalmi once lately?
Once completely, and then some Masechtas twice, and some Masechtas 3 times.
So when did you do Daf Yomi?
What?
When did you do Daf Yomi?
What do you mean, when did I do it?
You're Daf Yomi, right?
You did Daf Yomi, so...
If you mean
You should learn Daf Yomi while you were learning Yerushalmi at the same time? And like, was your...
I do 2 Daf Yomis a day, Bavli and Yerushalmi.
No, but when you were
you
giving
teach?
over the Yerushalmi, you were teaching it, so I would assume you went once before you were teaching it.
No,
See, that's like fresh.
I always do that.
So you went completely wrong on
So that's
Yerushalmi.
Talmid Chacham, you
No,
see it and you can...
first of all, there are many Rosh Yeshivas throughout generations have had the Shita. They come at the Shir cold, and they would just say Shir.
But the learner ones previously 100 years ago, probably 10 years ago.
Okay, so I have prepared the Shir ahead of time.
Okay.
But I didn't go through the whole. I was a day ahead. I was, a few hours ahead. I prepared the Shir and then say it.
It's not Pasha though. I mean, not every, person.
Probably I don't have to prepare to say.
Now what?
You don't do what?
What is it?
You don't do what?
Prepare.
Really? That's not so Pasha. I mean, I've never heard, not like a lot of people out there probably can't do that though.
What?
A lot of people out there probably can't do it.
Probably. It still doesn't make me a gadol. That's all I'm
Doesn't
Okay.
make you a better teacher if you prepared. So much, you see much bigger difference in a person who's prepared and the person who's not prepared to teach.
Of course it does.
You want somebody who goes like this for like half an hour thinking what the Gemara is saying.
Of
But he
course.
doesn't have to do that.
Of course.
No, but I'm sure there are moments in time like, what does this say?
So
Usually when I'm tired, when I'm exhausted,
Okay.
when I'm falling asleep,
But when you have a goal with what you want to give
I still can
over,
fall asleep. You've seen me fall asleep and they'll give me Shir, right?
That's because you have a topic to talk about.
No, I give Gemara Shir, I'm much more likely to fall asleep.
Why? You have a topic to be focused.
so
When you fall asleep, the mind runs down on you.
so really the only way to do Daf Yomi, do you think, is like to teach it? Is that the?
It's much better if you teach it. Even if you don't teach it, there's amazing how much you actually retain.
Really?
Yes, people who chazer over Daf Yomi, they see how much they retain from last
Chazer
time.
one time.
No, every 7 years they chazer.
I guess it's
No.
right.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
There's one of the rabbis here said he pretty much bet that the people who are taking Daf Yomi complete the cycle. If you go to the sukkah they did about 6 years ago, they probably can't do it through.
Not necessarily. I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah.
But how about it has to be some
Look,
people.
if the first time they read it with an art scroll, the second time they'll also need an art scroll. The first time without an art scroll, maybe the second time won't need an art scroll either.
How about just being the shir, not with the art scroll the second time?
What?
How about being like having been the shir the first time, and then 5 years later, 6 years later, they do it without the art scroll. They just do it like this. Do it. They still think.
Possible, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
So
So
why is the article giving you a bad rap? What's so?
Who gave it a bad rap?
Oh, you're saying if the person's doing an
If
article.
it's not with art scroll, means he didn't master the Gemara. He needed the English.
But the words are hard. It's not like
Okay, but mastery of a topic is when you read the topic without any external aids.
So is it possible for most people to become a Talmid Chacham?
Yes,
It is.
I shouldn't say most people. For many
For
people,
many people. What's your definition of Talmid Chacham?
Talmid Chacham is a person who has gone through Shas a couple of times, right? Or has acquired expertise in a specific topic to an extent that they have, let's say, a mastery of certain segment of halachas, right? And therefore, if they're asked questions about that, they can answer with clarity and profundity. Those are people I call Talmid Chacham.
And if you put a random page of Gemara in front of them, they would be able to explain it to you.
They should be, at least with Rashi. That Rashi, perhaps not with Rashi.
No,
Yes.
like full
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
But doesn't the Gemara in China say that, I believe in Tainus, in Tainus Megillah, that says that the Talmid Chacham is determined by someone who's gone through all of Shas and can answer you if you ask
It's
him a
one
question.
opinion. Yeah.
What's the other opinion?
The opinion is if he can answer you any question anywhere, at least one question anywhere, then he's Talmid Chacham. But it's not everywhere. Anywhere.
Anywhere he's learned.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's a very lenient definition.
The other definition is more stringent that he's learned Shas.
Look, you can answer any question anyway.
Where does that come from? That the idea that everyone has to be.
That's Tinus. Maybe do you know which spot? Do you know which?
I don't remember what it is.
Is it Tinus or Megillah?
That seems to be the party line of Vidit. I mean, Toya
Yeah, I think it's above Matzia, the third parak. We recently added the third Hamafkid. Or maybe it's in the. We recently added Daf Yomi. That's why it sticks in my mind.
Wait, that would be. It's in it.
Can I have above Matzia, please? There's above Matzia on the shelf.
If you want to know halacha inside out, do you have to know Gemara? Or could you just read the physical interaction?
Yeah, you can understand. If you know halacha and Mishnah Berurah, that means you're a very boring person.
No.
Say it again.
Which is easier, to go forward from Gemara into the turn to find out the practical halacha, or to go backwards from the Mishnah Berurah into the Gemara?
Either way works. Yeah, because the Mishnah Berurah, it's like reading a code.
Yeah.
Some people like
Yeah, so people have like accountants' personalities, so they can read.
What personality?
What's
Accountant personalities.
What's accounted? Why?
Accountants.
Wow,
An accountant.
that's not so true, Ravi.
Oh, no,
so true.
it's-
I worked in an accountant's office.
It's a stereotype. I'm sorry.
I mean, the best part about doing a tax return is like you read the numbers and you see the story. Like this guy is siphoning off money to his.
Well, that would certainly make it exciting. That's true.
It's like that. It's like that's very funny. This is the source of Tom Hoffman, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's here.
So when the Gemara says that Talmid Chacham should do X or Y or Z, or he's allowed to do X or Y or Z, what's the definition of that Talmid Chacham? Is it the same Talmid Chacham that you gave over, or it's like they say that Talmid Chacham is allowed to sleep in the base midrash?
Yeah, that means the person who's always learning. It's a separate definition. There are many definitions of Talmid Chacham.
Ravi, aren't they really supposed to be like the same general type? Like basically a person who's always learning is someone who's gone through Shas in general, or he's going through Shas, and like also a person that should be dressing in a certain respectful manner. Respectable manner is a person who's learning and going through Shas and whatever, all of that. It's the same kind of type, isn't it?
I didn't hear two types there. What are the two types?
There's just one type. That's what I think.
So what
That
do
a
you
Talmid
want
Chacham is somebody who's gone through Shas or is in the process of it or whatever, and he can answer you well on any topic that he's covered, and that he's also always learning, which is why he's able to sleep in the base medrash, and he's also supposed to dress respectably because he's a representative of the Torah.
I would say so. I mean, that's why we call people Talmidei Chachamim and not Chachamim, because they're people who are involved in the process are Talmidei Chachamim.
That's good.
I thought Talmid Chacham means that you're learning from a Chacham. You're not.
No, it's a point. Talmidei Chacham means that they are not on the level of a Chacham, but rather they are striving to be a
The
Chacham.
literal translation would be that the fact that you're learning by a Chacham, therefore, if he's a Chacham and he emulates a certain way, a part of your learning will be to emulate him as well.
Wow, that's nice.
If you're Talmid Chacham, a specific Chacham.
Oh, wow.
Let's say, no, who is the Talmid Chacham? Let's say Rav David Feinstein, right?
Yeah.
He's not a Talmid Chacham.
He's not? He's the other?
It's like a goat?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
He wants to say, yeah.
You
the
guys
same-
know-
Totally uneducated. There are people that come to him the entire day. He's busy with
No,
matters
sure,
of.
sure. I said no.
I'm saying, well, Talmid Chacham
Okay,
generally.
right.
In Sefer Barachos, it says that a Talmid Chacham, the reason why he can't, he's Chacham Krishma Mita is because he's always thinking about his Mishnah. And so, of course, there's nothing in about his Mishnah or whatever he's learning about before he goes to bed. There's none of it.
Yeah, but that's no, not necessarily. It means the person who's exempt from Kriya Shema is the type of person who's always thinking about his learning.
It's hard to say who's doing that.
What?
It's hard to say who's doing that.
Well, there are some people who are.
Right. So it's not you and me. It's,
Wait, so wait.
It's not a need for
So
sure.
if there's any restriction that is made for a Talmid Chacham, I have to follow it. I could say I'm not a Talmid Chacham just because I learn in yeshiva. Like a person who learns in yeshiva from like morning to
the Gemara says the person should always pretend that he's the Talmid Chacham.
Oh, but if you don't want to,
What?
the guy from-
What? Yes, Gemara says it's okay.
Okay,
It's okay, yeah.
but other people can be they
Gemara says don't worry about it. As long as you keep the chumras of the Talmid Chacham, not the kuras.
all right. I'm part of.
Your butter?
So you can't have
I don't
stains
have
on your
to-
clothing, but you do have to.
Right.
I don't have to tell them.
Now it says that Talmid Chachamim don't work on Tishba, for example. So it says only Asa the Mitzvah Tam B'Chacham. Person always make himself a Tam
Nobody works on
B'Chacham. Well, nowadays nobody works. But once upon a time people did work.
Oh, and that's only in this respect. You don't have to pretend.
That's an example. In other words, people should conduct themselves as if they're Talmid Chachamim.
With the stringency.
And also tell people. I mean, if people ask him, are you Talmid Chacham? Should we tell them? Yes.
It says Talmid Chacham. It's also all about Mitzvah. I can't find it just now right now. It says Talmid Chacham in a place where they don't know him, he's allowed to say who he is.
Why? So that it gets proper covered and
Right. Only if you're really Talmid Chacham.
Yeah.
proper food, board, whatever.
Whatever, yeah. Not to try and get luxuries, but so people should know that he is a Talmid Chacham. Now, does everybody have to do this? No, probably not. But there is a logic to that, which is that if a Talmid Chacham feels that he is being downtrodden and stepped upon, then it's going to prevent people from becoming Talmid Chachamim.
Right.
That's why it's important.
On your real Talmid Chacham.
Yeah, because there's people.
What?
On your real Talmid Chacham.
Talmid Chacham, yeah.
Then for the actual.
So what? Most of the Torah people should not learn Torah Lishma. That's what rabbis said. Which rabbi said that?
You said what?
Which rabbi said that people
I can't find
should
it.
not learn Torah Lishma?
Who said they shouldn't tell Ishmael?
More recent rabbi, maybe Rabbi Orba. No, I'm not sure.
What?
The problem with our generation is that people are trying to learn Torah Lishma. They would be much greater Talmid Chachamim if they didn't.
Is something you heard from me?
No, there's something I heard from
Oh.
within the last 100
Robert,
years.
if a Talmid Chacham thinks he's a Talmid Chacham, is there anything wrong with that?
No.
Like a gadol will say, yeah, I'm a gadol.
No.
No, that's not.
Moshe Rabbeinu
No.
is Moshe Rabbeinu.
There's nothing.
Exactly.
But we go around telling, hey, I'm Moshe Rabbeinu.
No, that's the whole point. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't.
Okay, so gadol. Okay, I'll imagine Rabbi Yes saying, okay, you're not saying up for me? Come on, get up. Will he do that?
Me, no. But there are people who do do
Rabbi
that.
Yes, will the gadol do that? Will the gadol tell something to get up?
I don't know. He doesn't have to.
He would never do that.
Everybody sees the sunglasses. They know Rav Avadi is in the house. It's not gonna. People are gonna stand up. That's not an issue. So so I don't know, but how should we put this? A person is supposed to know he's a Talmid Chacham. A person is supposed to know where he's holding. A person is supposed to know why that doesn't make him necessarily better than people not Talmid Chachamim.
What's a Ben Torah?
It means anything anybody wants. There's no meaning whatsoever.
So when I say Ben Torah shouldn't do this,
What?
let's say you want to do something, right? But there's a homer that says a Ben Torah shouldn't do this, should not behave in such a manner. Can you say I'm not a Ben Torah in that respect, or?
When I say you should be a Ben Torah, it means you should be what I think you should be.
Not necessarily.
What?
Come on, Rabbi. It's not such a. It's not. You can't throw it out like that. It's not so true.
Let's see. I'll get.
Ben Torah means somebody who lives his life according to the Torah. Who's somebody like, for instance, we say something is Ben.
I was a rebbe in a co-ed yeshiva, a co-ed institution, which was borderline Orthodox, and they went around telling the kids they're B'nai Torah.
Okay, that is true. That is true that they're using it however they want. But I'm saying
Right. So everybody uses that whatever they want.
But in terms of a yeshiva Orthodox world, Ben Torah
It's like the word.
of the type.
It's like the word Hamish. Everybody is Hamish means my society. That's what Hamish means, like homespun in English, right? There are many different words which are meaningless except in the context of the people who use them. Now, Rabbi, I have to tell you this before we go on to other issues. In the yeshiva world, if you call somebody Hagon Reb, Hagon Reb Aaron Kotler, right? Or Hagon Reb Moshe Feinstein, that's a very high praise. It's higher praise than Harav Hagon Reb Moshe Feinstein or Harav Hagon Reb Elazar Shach, okay? Remember that. Hagon Reb, or spelled Hey Gimel Reish, is more than that Harav Hagon.
Because people
Okay.
use Harav Hagon for deciding everybody.
Yes. Everybody's a Rav Gaon.
Really?
Really, man?
What's his mean?
If somebody just gets called Harav nowadays, he probably doesn't have smicha. So the
Well, no, not so true in Lakewood. I saw.
now 1 second. If you see this about a person in Yeshiva world, hey Gimel Hey Tzadik, that stands for Hagon HaTzadik.
Yeah.
That's usually given to a mashgiach, and it's considered a lower level than Hagon Reb.
Oh man. So what's like the rule of philosophy?
This is a Jewish branch.
What?
Jewish branch. It's like,
Yes.
What's the flaw?
So because the minute you start calling something in the Yeshiva world a tzaddik, it means he probably doesn't know how to learn so well.
Oh wow! Oh, these are like.
Oh my god.
Back in the comments,
This is so applied. Oh my.
What?
Use your own definition of this.
No, these are not my own definitions. Go ask anybody.
So is it not? Is it a problem if I call him like what's a nice respectful term to call someone like one of my fellow, Shiva Bafra?
Yeshiva.
When you're speaking to somebody else, you call him Reb.
Yeah, call him Reb.
Right.
And that's what I say. Because
It was in writing. It was all in writing.
I call people Reb, and they say, "Oh, don't call me Reb. I'm not Reb. I'm not Reb Moshe. I'm not Reb." I said, "I'm not calling. I'm just being. I don't know." They say,
What
"I'm
does
not
red mean?
Because they said you used to call him Reb Moshe or Reb.
It's a nice honor.
All right.
Yeah. It's like
like
Mister,
Mr.,
but in a more
Mister, no?
in a more convivial way.
Wait, what does this mean, bro?
Easygoing and
Oh, yeah, like
close.
If you say a Rav
Yeah.
Static, that's obviously really.
What? Yes. Then you're in big trouble. They actually have for Hasidim. Also, there's another thing.
Oh, it's the
There's more. First of all, if you're Rebbe, of course, then you get.
Admor.
No, Admor's not enough.
It's not enough.
No, Moreno Rabbeinu.
Oh, no.
Tzadikenu, no.
Well, Kedusha is Admor. Without the
Admor mean?
Adonenu Moreno Rabbeinu.
Oh.
You'll find many
Rabbeinu have this.
many even Misnagdim are called Admor by their Talmidim.
The Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, so what?
The Rosh Hashanah of his time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Kvoi Kedushas is very Hasidish.
Ooh.
So the so like Reb Chaim, I think in the opening to Reb Chaim it says Adonenu Morenu Rabbeinu Hagon HaChasid HaMiti.
Wow, that's
The true Chassid as opposed to all those fake Chassidim. So you see that Hagon HaChasid, that means that. So anyway, so by the Chassidim they also have for the regular people are called Hey Reish Hey Ches. Harav Chassid. And by Lubavitchers, it's Hey Reish Hey Saf, which is Harav Hatomim. Because even with but in a regular yeshiva, then boys who are unmarried at best can get Reis Hey Ches, which means Bachar HaChashuv. The Chashuv Bachar, right?
That's a good shidduch.
But in Lubavitch, the boys are called Hatomim, the innocent one. So the
That's also being.
And Chacham is reserved for whom?
what? Chacham is spotted in, but it's not used very much at all nowadays.
Yeah, Chacham means it's better than both
Chacham is the head of the usually chief rabbis of some sort. Right, the official chief, the chief rabbi, chief rabbi in Israel is always called the Chacham Bashi.
How was the Rambam?
What?
How was the Rambam called?
I have no idea. Yeah. The Yekas have another title also, which sometimes you hear them use, which is Chaver.
I heard.
Yeah, so you hear somebody's called the Torah, HaChaver XYZ, or Ben HaChaver X. My father's called the Torah, Yosef, David Ben HaChaver Yosef Dov. So his father had this honorific title, Chaver.
What does it come from?
It means somebody, a chaver in the Gemara is somebody who's knowledgeable enough that you can trust him in matters of Tumah and Tara.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Was there I don't know, in the Yekka world,
No, but that was always nafkamina.
in the Buhari world, like if somebody passes away and there's a tombstone, so there they have like a special title, and that title meant that this person went to Israel to learn and came back. He made a pilgrimage to Israel. So was there like a thing like in Ashkenazi world, so if somebody had a pilgrimage to Israel and came back once or twice, but you have a specific title next to his name?
No.
What does that mean on the bottom?
If you don't have a custom when it comes to something like Basa B'Chalav and you want to pick up one, how do you do that?
You pick one.
And you just say that's my custom?
Yeah.
Simple as that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to be Mikhail.
So,
Yes.
so what's that mean?
What's Megaya?
Megaya, convert.
Oh.
So what's that mean on the edge of the
It's a joke.
Oh, I
It's
have
a
a
joke.
good question on that one.
Yeah.
But first, let's share.
I just want to ask what do all those initials mean on the like when they have the Bima covers? It's like soft dot. It's like
Oh, well,
5 or 6 different
so
things.
once you're asking. By the way, I really want. Have we finished the topic of Godel? Can we go into another topic next week?
Yeah.
I want to go into Bitachon next week. I was supposed to do it tonight, but we got stuck on Godel. So once we're playing this game,
We see these things everywhere. It's like what are they saying?
How about the Anshei Shlomeinu?
Anshei Shlomeinu was Anash.
Right.
What Chassidim call each other when they're part of the club.
So if people do Kiddush club in the shul,
They do themselves Anash. Yeah, Anash. Okay, so after a person passes away, so there are all sorts of things which you can get. Now, the lowest, which is Ayin Hay, which is Olav HaSholom. Peace upon him. That's all that women usually get. They don't usually get more than that.
Is that for men too?
Yes, it was for men and for women. And well, then you have Zal, which is not necessarily greater, but Zichron Livracha.
but a lot of men get that.
What?
Like husband from Bam, Rashi, they always write.
Rizal.
Yeah, by Rishonim, we usually don't write Zatzal. Because the implicate, again, going back to that Gon Tzaddik thing, which is a Chisaron.
Oh,
So by
yeah.
Moshe Rabbeinu, we say Olav HaSholom, right?
Yeah.
By Rashi, we say Rashi Zal, or the Ari Zal, right? Because the greater the title you need, the lesser the guy is.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So by Rishonim, we don't use Zatzal, only by Achronim. Okay? So then we have, by regular, you have Zatzal, which nowadays almost every Tom, Dick, and Harry can get, which is Zecher Tzadik Livracha. Okay? So then you have
Zecher Kodesh over there.
Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh Livracha, Zatz V'Kal. That's when you want to say somebody who's really, up there. And then if you want to get really, really cautious, you get Zatz V'Kalelo.
What is that?
Zichrono Tzadik V'Kadosh. I'm sorry. Two H's. Zichrono Tzadik V'Kadosh Livracha. No. Two Lamas and two H's. Zichrono Tzadik V'Kadosh Livracha L'Chayei Ha'olam Haba. Okay?
But if you just read at the end, it sounds closer.
I know. So you have to be Zatz V'Klo. Yeah, Zatz V'Klo. What can I tell you? Okay. So that's Zatz V'Klo. And then there is a couple of other ones. Zayin Yud Ayin, which stands for Chuso Yogin Aleinu.
Ooh, yeah, that's it.
Now, with Lubavitch, since today is the Rebbe's yard site, Shom Shavaliyah, the last Rebbe. So there's a big machlekes. Some people, Gimel Tammuz. So the
Just got a call from
Do they do anything in the Shabbat Shuvah?
I think last night they were packed. I don't know why they didn't say last night, but I think they might do something good tonight or tomorrow night. Tonight? Usually do it after the Yontif though, right? Today's
Wait, do they celebrate
Today's
his yard site?
tomorrow.
Tonight?
Do they
Yes,
recognize it
it's
as yard site or no?
Oh, so it's big machlekes, right? So that's why the Lubavitchers very often, in order to avoid the machlekes, they'll write Zchusa Yogin Aleinu. Or sometimes you'll find Zchusa Yogin Aleinu, Al Kol Yisrael Amen. Al Kol Yisrael Amen, or something like that.
You don't say it on like people.
We don't say it live people. So the people, so they write in the Lubavitch Rebbe, they tie it well. We don't say it live people. But the Meshichiskim can say, yeah, but it doesn't say Zatzal, so it must be that we want his living schus to protect us. Okay? So this actually is an internal compromise that they use. It's the Chusa Yogin Aleinu. It's interesting. Actually, grammatically, it's not correct. Chusa Yogin Aleinu. May his merit protect us. It should be Chusa Togin Aleinu. But Zayin Tov Ayin doesn't sound right. So therefore, we maintain Chusa Yogin Aleinu. There's one other one which you find by big rabbis very
What's
often.
ZTL?
What?
What's ZTL?
ZTL is the Kron. Nun Ayin stands for Nishmaso Eden. His neshama should be in Gan Eden.
What is it? Great Taf, Tzadik, Noon, Base, something.
So tough. This is usually right at Matzevus.
This is like juices.
Yeah, that one. What is it?
Time Tzabah.
That's good.
Tehei Nishmasa Tzora B'Tzora Chayim. May his life, may his neshama be bound up in the binding of life.
It's pretty good. It's nice.
Yeah, everybody can get that.
Yeah.
It goes on a Matzeva. Right. Yeah. So
Does it have any meaning on the tombstone? Does it benefit you in any way when you go out to Shemayim?
no, not at
Oh,
all.
look, I have something
No.
people thought, no?
No. If anything, it'd be detrimental to you.
Oh.
Yes.
Maybe it's a good spot that you give Parnasa to the guy who makes him a telephone.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that covers all those things.
So I had a question. I had a question. Hey, I had a question.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I deferred. So now my question is, you mentioned ger, so that reminded me of something. Why do we always say in the Torah that it says ger hagar b'saycham? If he's a proselyte, if he's converted to our religion, then why is he
It's
considered?
Ger Toshav. Ger Toshav.
No, ger tzedek. No, well, there's a bunch of halachas that they say should be for also the ger that they has gar with.
Right. That's usually it's referring to Ger Toshav. Like you're supposed to support Gerim, etc., etc. So Ger Toshav, because Ger Toshav is not a full Jew. But if it's about Ger Tzedek, the answer is that the Torah is going according to the system which was in effect at the time, that Gerim could have no portion, didn't get a portion in Eretz Yisrael. So they had to live among the other Jews, which is why the guy in Parshas Emor went out and said blasphemy because he was upset about that arrangement. So Bigar B'Socha means among you, even though he himself has no land.
What's Toisha?
What? Tosha means resident. If a non-Jew wants to be resident in the land of Israel, he has to accept upon himself to keep the seven Noahide laws. Okay, so once he does that, he's called a Ger Toshav.
In modern Israel or?
Well, in modern Israel, there's really no such concept, but in ancient Israel, that was the concept of Ger Toshav, and that would allow a non-Jew to live in the land of Israel, and would make him part of our welfare states.
But anyway, most people who live in Israel, most non-Jews who live in Israel, they keep the same probably.
Right. There's a whole shaila where the Muslims, by virtue of their religion, incorporate Shem mitzvahs, they can be considered automatically to be Gerei Toshav.
How about Christians?
Christians are more problematic because of the Trinity.
Well, for the Philippines.
No, but if you're back in Sunday, you're going to come.
Yeah. If you're Basmite Ashkenazim, it's okay.
No, what about like the Eastern Orthodox and Buddhists that they have in Israel? They have
What?
Eastern Russian Orthodox, Greek Orthodox.
Yeah.
They have the whole icons.
Right.
You still want to still kosher by the Ashkenazim?
Yeah.
Why? We haven't. I did pray.
They can serve the icons as long as they serve the God too.
Really?
If I
So wait. So when Pharaoh wanted to ask, like, oh, I don't know your God. It's not in my book. So if he actually acknowledged God, he would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, he said there's no such God. Right.
But
I don't mean perfectly fine, but history might have been different. Yes. Yes.
But also in the Christian Orthodox tradition, they had their fight to be activated in the government.
Yeah.
The people who actually killed other people because they had their icons.
Okay, wait a second. Stop here. We're talking about this Friday night anyway. What's the difference?
Wait,